Good afternoon, vlog.
And we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I wanna
Today we have a photo shoot in New York, and then later tonight I'm walking in a fashion show. My friend KJ is here.
I am. I look crazy right now, so
I'm not gonna show her, but
disregard.
she says hi to the vlog. Y'all will see her another time.
Yes.
I'm excited. I never worked with this photographer before, so hopefully he's not weird. But he seems pretty cool. We're just gonna do some street photography near the World Trade Center, and then later tonight I have a fashion show. It's like a fashion show and concert, I guess. And Dreamdoll is gonna be performing, so hopefully I'll meet her, because I'm not a huge fan, but I do like some of her songs, so it would be cool to meet her. And some other performers too. There's this one girl group, I think their name is Girl Code.
They're fire.
They're fire. They're super fire. They're super fire. I saw one of their TikToks, and I just followed them and been listening to their stuff ever since. They've been liking a lot of my pictures and my stories, so hopefully I really do meet them. And they're cool because they're just some New York chicks. But yeah, I'm just doing my makeup right now. I already have done my eyebrows. I'm not gonna be doing too much because that's just gonna be a lot. I think I'm just gonna do some black liner above my eyes and then under my eyes. I tried to test out the look yesterday, so yeah, nothing crazy. It's gonna be simple. And that's also the makeup that I'm basically gonna be wearing for the show, because they said to come with your hair and makeup done. I'll check in with y'all probably when I get to the Oculus and meet up with the photographer. Okay, y'all, this is the final makeup look. I just did the black liner. It's actually not even liner, it's eyeshadow. But yeah, I just did my eyebrows, and this is the outfit I'm wearing. Okay, so yeah, this is the look. I'm gonna be wearing some black lace-up heels with this, and yeah, now that I'm all done getting ready, I'm probably gonna slick down my hair a little bit more, but then I'm gonna be on the way to meet the photographer. vlog. I'm just realizing that I never gave like an outro to my video, so I'm doing this a day later. But the show was interesting. It was definitely interesting. This was like a fashion show slash like a concert. Dreamdoll and like the Girl Code and like other performers, Steph G and like all these people were like supposed to be performing. It was all right. Like, I don't know what I expected, but it just definitely was not what I expected. Not to say it was like bad or anything, but it just literally was not what I expected. And I could tell like as soon as I got there, like looking at the other models and stuff, I'm like, okay, I definitely don't fit in. Not in a bad way, like at all, but I just did not fit in with like in terms of looks and I guess like aesthetic. I very much stuck out like a sore thumb. Everybody like kept staring at me every time like I walked like through the room, and I didn't really care, but I mean it was like very obvious. So I got there. First red flag was that I got there and there was a line to get in. They told us in the email to come at 6:30. I got there at like 6:50 because I was at that photo shoot and just ran like over time. So I got there at 6:50. I'm like literally rushing like and stuff to get there. I get there and there's like a line outside, and this is a line of people who are trying to get in like just simply for the event. I like go up to the front of the line and ask like, you know, like I'm a model for the show, like where should I enter, blah blah blah. And the bouncer was like, oh, like the other models are like waiting in line, like you could get in line. And I turned around and looked back at the line, and it was a fairly long line. So I'm just like confused because I'm like, I'm modeling for the show, like shouldn't I go like backstage and like go in the dressing room or something? But no, like the models were waiting in line to get into the event. So I'm just like, okay, like that had pissed me off like greatly, because like that was my first red flag. Like this is just not like, I guess, what I thought it was. And given the fact that like these performers were there, I thought it was gonna be like, I guess more of a higher, I don't know, like just things were not going like as I expected, and this continued throughout the night. So I get in line, I get in the back of the line. I eventually, like after 20 or so minutes, like turn around to like the ladies behind me and I'm like, excuse me, like are you guys like models too? And they're like, no, like we're just waiting to get in. And then they start telling me about like, because this was like a 3-day festival, so they start telling me about like the other days of the festival and how they went. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm apparently or supposedly performing in the show, but yet I'm waiting in line to get in just like everybody else. It just wasn't making sense. And so I started DMing like all of the designers, like all the people involved, like, hey, like, you know, where are the models supposed to enter from? They're telling us that we need to wait in line, because for some reason like that just didn't feel right to me. So I felt like I had to DM everybody and ask like, okay, maybe I'm just not getting some information because I came like 20 minutes late or something. Maybe I missed like the part where all the models like walked in at the same time or something. But no, it was still the same situation. So I waited in line. The bouncer like checked my bag. He told me like, oh, if you're a model, like go up to the lady, because there was a second line. There was a second line inside. This was the line outside. So he told me to go in and tell the lady who's at the front of the second line that I'm a model and he told me like I should be able to skip that line. So I just went straight up to the front and told her. She gave me like my little wristband, and then I went like backstage. I walk in, and mind you, it says that the show is supposed to start at 7. They told us to arrive at 6:30. The show is supposed to start at 7. I don't know if that meant the fashion show or just like the concerts and performances and stuff, but I get downstairs and all of the other models are just like sitting around, like not clothed, like nothing like that. So that was my like red flag number 2. Like, okay, nobody knows what's going on. I go into like one of the dressing rooms, and you know, I see like on the doors it says like Dreamdoll's dressing room, like Steph G's dressing room and stuff. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm finally backstage. Like I try to push like to the side the fact that I was waiting in that freaking line, and it's like I guess technically I'm a performer too, or like I'm part of the show. It was just like weird to me, and that's how I just knew it wasn't like the type of show that I initially thought that it was. So I go into one of the dressing rooms. I'm talking to like the other girls in there, asking like, hey, you know, like what's the situation basically? Are the designers here yet? Or like, you know, what's gonna be happening? And they're all like, we have no idea, we have no idea. And I'm like, okay, so literally nobody has any idea like what's happening right now. And it continued that way for, not even joking, like about an hour. Like we were all just kind of sitting around backstage, like in the dressing room downstairs, just kind of like not knowing like what was going on. One of the designers were there, and he had like a t-shirt line, and so like literally all of us just wore his t-shirts with his like logo on it, and we all walked like one by one. And there were variations of the t-shirts. Like there were white t-shirts, there were blue t-shirts, there were light blue t-shirts, you know, but they all had the same logo on it. And there was probably like 20 or so models, and we all just walked individually, like one by one, wearing the t-shirts. And I guess that was like another thing that I wasn't expecting. Like, I don't know y'all, like I don't know. And it wasn't bad. Like I'm not like sitting here trying to like bash anything. It just like literally was not what I expected, and maybe like that's on me for not looking further into it or whatever. But it was like free, like I wasn't gonna get paid like regardless, so I'm like whatever. Something else that like I didn't know that I learned while I was there was that all of the other models actually like literally got casted and like auditioned and got casted for this show. I did not. Like I saw that the show was going on. I reached out saying, you know, like I would be interested in like I guess auditioning or whatever, or just like being a part of the fashion show. And next thing I know, like I just got an email telling me like where to show up and stuff. And then they also asked me for a photo so that they could like put it on the promo flyer. So I'm thinking like, you know, just like any other fashion show, like not any other fashion show, but other fashion shows like that I've done, they've had like models send in the pictures so that they can make you like custom flyers and stuff. So I'm thinking that that's what it's for. Like I sent a picture and they were gonna make me a custom flyer so that I could post it on my like social medias. Come to find out that they literally did not do that with anyone else. And I thought like it was a little bit weird, I guess. That like on the flyer, when they sent it back to me with my photo on it, it said like, I don't know, like maybe I'll insert it like here. It said like special guest Julie Anderson or something. But I thought that was just like a part of their promo, like making every single model kind of seem like the special guest or whatever, but they literally did not do that with anyone else. And so I just finally realized when like I left the show, because I left like in the middle of the show after I did my one walk in the t-shirt. I might insert that in here too. I was just like, I'm sorry, but so okay, there were other designers there, right? There were 3 in total. There was the one with the t-shirts and I think 2 others that were like kind of more like actual designers, like they had specific like custom designs. But I got downstairs and some of the other models were telling me like, oh, are you walking for the other people? Are you walking for the other designers? I'm like, I literally don't know. Like they didn't even know. No one knew. I'm pretty sure that they just like picked like whoever was like down there and put them in the clothes. And I was one of the last models to walk like in the t-shirt line. So by the time I got back downstairs and I went to go like talk to the second designer, like asking basically like what's the situation, like I was like, are you the second designer? She was like, yeah, but I have my models already. I have my models picked already. I was just like, okay, cool. Like that's honestly all I needed to know. And I don't know, I just changed like my clothes and I left because I just felt like it already wasn't what I expected. I felt like I was gonna be like kind of sitting around for like the rest of the time, and the only reason that I would have stayed any further was to like literally watch Dreamdoll perform, which is not what I went there for. Like it was definitely gonna be a nice perk because, you know, I like Dreamdoll. I like some of her songs for sure. Contrary to popular belief, I actually liked her on Bad Girls Club. Not saying I like supported like the bling or whatever, but I liked her like as a person. So I was like, yeah, like it'd be cool to see her perform, like whatever. But that's not what I came there for. And so once it just kind of set in for me that I just had no further reason to be there, like I just changed my clothes and I went home. And yeah, that was that. So plus like taking into account the fact that I was like literally like I was hungry. Like I did not eat anything all day. From the moment I left my friend KJ's house in the morning, like I had breakfast at her house, but I went straight to the photo shoot, had the photo shoot, went like to the train. I thought that I was on the wrong train, and so I got off, and then I found out after that I was on the right train, and so I had to wait like 12 more minutes, and I was even more late than I was supposed to be for the fashion show just because I made that mistake. And so that's why like I made that face in that clip earlier. It was like when I realized that I literally was on the right train and I got off thinking I was on the wrong train. And I was hungry already, I was rushing, I was like already pissed. And during this whole entire fashion show, like I was still starving. Like I was still hungry. I had no time like in my day to get something to eat. And I really need to make more of a like effort to actually bring like snacks and stuff or something when I go out, but I just end up like always forgetting. So at that point in the night when I just felt like I had no further reason to be there at that show, like I literally just left and I went home and I ate some spaghetti and meatballs and watched TV, and I was so happy to be home last night. Like y'all have no idea. But the fashion show wasn't all that bad. Like I met like a couple of cool people there that I connected with, and I got their Instagrams, so it wasn't like a total loss or anything like that. But I don't know, at this point as a model, and it's like I'm only just starting out for real, so I can't be too, I guess, cocky for lack of like a better word. But like I value my time and I value my energy and I value myself and my talent, and I feel like I just like can't be doing like any old show like anymore because it's not that pressing for me. like it's not. I felt like at one point it definitely was, where I was like, I want to be in every show, I want to be in every show and get all like the experience, get all the connections, but I don't know, I just don't feel that way anymore. I feel like I only want to put my time and energy to things that are actually benefiting me or advancing like my career or like the level that I'm already at. Like I'm kind of over just doing things for like experience at this point. And you know, of course I'm trying to move into that plane of paid work. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. That's not to say like I'm never gonna do anything free again. Like that's definitely not the case, like at all. I don't have the privilege to just not be doing free shows at this point, but I am gonna be like a bit more selective. With all that being said, thank you guys for tuning into this vlog. I really had fun at the photo shoot. I didn't talk about the photo shoot. It was cool. The pictures came out really, really fire. I don't think I'll be getting them back for like a little while because the photographer is like going back to school, and he told me it might be like a little while because he's getting himself situated with school, but they came out really, really nice from what I was seeing. So when those come out, I'll be excited to drop those. But thank you guys for watching. My next couple of vlogs are probably going to be like a lot more New York Fashion Week centered, since it's coming up in like 2 weeks. So there will be a lot of content going on, meaning there will be a lot of vlogging going on. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you subscribe, like this video, do all like the YouTube stuff. And I'll see y'all in the next video.
I want you to feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that heat of love.